What is up, you guys? It's Frank the Tank, and for this video I'm going to be giving you my take on the Tour Dynamx. This year at Bowl Expo, obviously, like they usually do every year, they unveiled a bunch of bowling balls. And for me personally, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this year they were just lacking. It was kind of stale this year. This Tour Dynamx really was the only one that grabbed my interest. And the reason for it was because, well, the interesting combination that they went for. And let's actually take a look. The weight block that they used was the Rondo Core, an asymmetrical weight block that was last seen in the Rubicons, the UC3, the UC2, and of course the solid one that started the series. And then they went for a solid reactive cover called Tour Tracks, which is brand new. And then this is what really caught my interest, was the numbers. They made modifications to that Rondo Core, and in doing so, that's the numbers changed. And looking at the numbers, the RG was 2.47, which is the same number as the gem. So that's how you know straight away that this ball is going to be the type of ball that grips at the lane very, very early. But then things get weird, and the differential dropped to 0.026. That is very low. As a matter of fact, take a look at any of the new hustles, or pretty much any other hustle from the past. The differential is 0.030. So this ball is actually a little weaker than a hustle in terms of hook potential. But the RG being 2.47, it's early. So think about that combination. That's why it caught my interest. We have an early hooking ball with low differential and is fitted with an asymmetrical core. That is just crazy. It's different. That's kind of what I wanted to see, something different. I don't want to see them, kind of bring back bowling balls and name them differently. I mean, it's cool sometimes. I mean, but like for me personally, though, it's getting kind of old. But yeah, this was just a very interesting combination, and I got very curious. I wanted to try it out, so I got one. And I have it punched up and ready to go. So, but yeah, the crazy thing is that I know that a lot of people who have done videos on the Tour Dynamx already, they bring up the IQ Tour edition in comparison, because that ball also is an early hooking ball with low differential. The only difference being it's a different cover stock, R2S solid reactive, R2S being known for the length. And then also this ball has a centripetal core, which is symmetrical. So this ball, this basically would be like if somebody were to ask the question, what would happen if the IQ Tour became an asymmetrical ball? The Tour Dynamx is basically the answer to that question. So, and then not only that, the weird thing for me, though, is I didn't think about the IQ Tour edition straight away. I actually thought about the zero gravity, because the zero gravity, in a way, is kind of similar. If you take a look on right now, what I'm about to show you is this is why I think about this ball first and not the IQ Tour. It's an odd combination. The RG is 2.55, which is obviously way higher, so this ball is going to have some serious length to it, but the differential is 0.037. So slightly, quite a bit more hook potential compared to a hustle, but because of that length being so high, it's going to look weaker. But the weird thing is that it is fitted with the Shape Block LD core, and that is an asymmetrical weight block. So think about that, okay? The Tour Dynamx, early hooking ball with low hook potential, and is an asymmetrical. The zero gravity is a very lengthy ball, late hook, with low hook potential, and is asymmetrical. That's just weird. So in a way, I still am in possession of that zero gravity, so I basically kind of have a 1-2 punch. Both are both are asymmetrical, both are solid. One hooks late, one hooks early, so that's actually kind of cool. Unfortunately, for this video, I didn't have the zero gravity available to me. I forgot it, and I didn't actually think about this idea straight away. But if you guys want, I can actually make a video of the Tour Dynamx and the zero gravity, even though that'd be an odd comparison. But because both these bowling balls are low differential, and also are fitted with asymmetrical weight blocks, I feel it'd be kind of cool to show the differences. So if you guys want to see zero gravity versus Tour Dynamx, I can probably make that happen. Let me know in the comments section. But for right now, I'm going to show you a compilation of shots of me throwing the Tour Dynamx, so you guys can see just what I faced when I was out there. So check this out.
Is it gonna fall? Yeah! Get down! Get down!
All right, so that was my first couple of compilation of my first couple of games with that Tour Dynamx, and I was quite stunned because seeing what other people went through when they threw this ball in their videos, I expected this ball to, despite its early, response, I expected it to. I expected to be more to the right, but that wasn't the case. It looks surprisingly much stronger than I expected it to be. As you guys saw, I had to line up on board 22, which is like, with most of the stuff I have, it's kind of like my benchmark area, lining up on board 22. So, yeah, it was very easy to see where the ball was going to grab at the lane so that when it wanted to hook. So that's a good thing, because that's actually on my checklist of what makes a good ball for me, is being able to see where the ball wants to start to respond. And when that happens, I'm able to actually like focus on how the ball turns the corner as well. So that's, and then not only that, this is going to sound weird, but it's also a part of my checklist on what makes a good ball. The ball also has to have colors that are not too flashy, not too bright, like the RSTX3. That ball, when I threw it, it was distracting me when it rolled down the lane because it was the colors were too bright, too flashy. So this ball, thankfully, has kind of some dark colors, so it's very easy to see the ball rolling down the lane. It's able, thanks to the RG being 2.47, because of that, and also that solid Tortrax cover, it's easy to see where the ball grips at the lane, and because of that, I'm able to see where it hooks. So it's a good ball to me. I don't know if I'm going to keep it though. We'll see, because remember, that was like my first practice session with the ball, so I feel like I just need to give it some time. I haven't given it enough games to really have, like, to officially, decide whether it's a keeper for me. But it's definitely a good ball because I can see where it reads the lane, how it turns the corner, and whatnot. Okay, so now the next thing that you're going to see is 3 shots of me using the idle. And I wasn't planning on doing this little comparison, but I had the ball available to me. I didn't realize that I forgot to take it out of the bag. So it ended up coming with me. And when I opened the bag, I saw like, oh, I still have I have my idle with me, and it's not the same one that I've been using all these years with the 60 by 5.5 by 60 layout that puts the pin above the bridge and kicks the CG over to the right. This is a different one. I decided to punch up another one of my idols, and I decided to put my go-to layout of 60 by 4 by 30. So that I decided, why not make a quick little comparison between the idle and the Tour Dynamx, now that I know how strong and how early this ball is. So I decided on the idle as well because it's also early and it's pretty angular. So I figured let's let's give it a shot, despite the fact that the cover stocks are different, and of course the weight blocks are different. One is symmetrical and one is asymmetrical, but I figured why the heck not? So take a look at this. Okay, you guys, check this out. Here's a little comparison between, like, in the track flare between these two bowling balls. So here's the idle, right? Take a look at that. That is pretty insane. That goes to show you that this ball tries like crazy to get on every part of the ball when it's rolling down the lane. So the track flare goes from here, just to the left of my middle finger, and goes to like pretty much here. It's kind of a little difficult to see, but yeah, you see that? That is a lot of track flare. And then towards that part of the ball, it kind of, you know, goes down to like one right there. Yeah, it goes to like one line of track flare, and then it goes back to like separating into that. It's pretty insane. Now take a look at this Tour Dynamx. This is where things get interesting. So with the idle, the track flare was actually kind of going more in this direction. And keep in mind, these bowling balls have the same layout. I mean, yeah, okay, they have different weight blocks, different covers, but this is where it gets kind of weird, because the track flare, as you saw on the idle, was more separated. As you could see with this Tour Dynamx, the track flare is more together and going in this direction rather than that way like the idle was. Look at that. Closer to my middle finger and stays together. Okay, so to finish this off, I'm going to show you another little compilation, but this time you're going to see what the Tour Dynamx looks like if the lane is, you know, slightly dry. So what I did was I purposely played a bunch of games with a couple of other balls that I had packed, and I just, you know, broke down that right side of the lane so that I could move left, and then I picked up the Tour Dynamx just to see how it would handle it. So take a look at this. Okay, this ball is just weird. I mean, Clearly, it handled the broken down lane just fine. In fact, it looked even stronger now. So this ball is crazy. So I guess it's safe to say that you could definitely last an entire league night with this ball because remember, it's got low differential. It's early, and if you had to move left, clearly it can handle it, and it actually looks like it's a lot stronger. And because of that early response, it's easy to see where it hooks, even if you have to move too far to the left. So yeah, this is a pretty crazy ball. I mean that in a good way, but anyway, that is my take on the Tour Dynamx. I think it's a good ball. I love that I can easily see where it grabs at the lane, and it really helps. That early hook, where it grabs at the lane, it really helps me see the rest of the ball motion. So overall, good ball for me. It crossed off all the things on my checklist for sure, and seems like a keeper. But I don't know 100% for sure. But yeah, seems like a keeper to me, and that's pretty much it. So that was my take on the Tour Dynamx. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you guys on the next one. I don't know what it will be, but we'll see. Peace.